The technique we start with is slipping the jab. Okay. Stance, always a good stance first. Try to maintain the same stance all the time. Okay, so I tell people I shoot like this. This isn't the best shooting stance, I understand that, but it's what I wrestle and box from, so I adapted it to shoot the same because so everything's the same. People give me crap about it shooting all the time, but I can shoot better than them anyway, so it doesn't matter. But I do the same thing. This is not the best boxing stance, but I primarily wrestle. So this is my wrestling stance, and I adapted to box, kickbox, and shoot from it because it was the most natural to me. Okay. It's going to be somewhere from shoulder width to slightly wider than shoulder width apart, and your feet are going to be somewhere from square to probably your toe to your heel. Is about as extreme as you can get. Okay. When you get more extreme than that, it gets hard to do other stuff. Okay, so somewhere in here, whatever's comfortable for you, there is no real right way. That's a little different for each person. Okay. So we work on slipping the jab first. Okay. Anytime I'm in punch range, slipping the jab is a way to establish the clinch. Okay, so I'm just going to move my head off center line. I'm also going to change my level. This will be the only time you ever hear me say it's acceptable to change the level at the waist and not the knees. Okay, because I'm going to shoot a blast double leg. Okay. The difference between a blast double leg is my knee is not going to touch the ground. So instead of trying to hit my shoulder at his waistline, it's going to hit about halfway between his neck and his waist. All right? So during this time, just because we're on the street, I don't know what's on the ground, could be concrete, I'm not going to do a full penetration step off the ground. Okay? It's just a tactic. So Bladen throws a left hand, a jab. I'm going to slip this way, and I'm changing my levels by bending out of the way. Okay? I want my head to move just enough to get by. I also use my shoulder to bring in front to help protect me, and I bend at the waist. This puts me in the path under the jab. Now I take my penetration step, but instead of going knee to the ground, I just step and make contact and hit him directly. It's more of a form football tackle. Okay? So we're here, I slip, bend at the waist, straight into him just like this. We're going to stop right here. In real life, we keep running and driving to the floor. Later on we will, but for drilling purposes, don't take the guy down over and over again. Okay? So just slip, make contact. Makes sense? Super easy. So hands around, slip, make contact. What I like to do is focus on his shoulder. As soon as I see his shoulder twitch, I'm about to let him, that gives me the hit. If a guy brings his hands up from his waist to his face, he's going to hit me. Okay? If I'm wrong and he just brings his hands up and never throws the punch, it still works. So I lose nothing. Okay? Makes sense? So, slip, bend at the waist, right to the middle, make contact. My hands are going right to the back of the legs, so when I drive, I can put them up to the floor. So, slip the jab, blast double leg. Questions? All right, let's drill that.